welcome. This is yoga. So we're going to start today with our legs extended right out in front of us and shift through those seat bones. If you have a ring or you could use a block, just take it right out in front of you. Nice straight spine, arms long. Now lift up one side and then try to walk it forward just with your hip. Lift up your other side, walk it forward. You're just on the ground. Alternate one side, lift up, and the other side. Stretch it forward when you lift up. Just up, stretch forward. So you're actually going to start moving the distance of your mat. Squeeze your ring or your block. Could use a ball here. This is a really good pelvic floor exercise, strengthening your pelvic floor and aligning it. And then when you've come all the way to the top of your mat, start doing the same thing, but to the back of your mat. Lift up and take it back. So you're actually making some distance here. Really feel your hips and your pelvic floor moving as you go forward and back. And just keep those arms extended out, even if you're not using a prop. Keep just looking forward, and then again, when you come all the way to the back of your mat, start going back to the front. We're going to be here about 1 more minute. Just keep moving to the front and to the back. Try to squeeze your pelvic floor and your ring while you're here. Good. Just about 30 more seconds. And then we're going to just take a forward fold. Good. 10 more seconds. Start trying to find the center of your mat. And come all the way to the center. Inhale, reach those arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold it down. And you can remove your ring, your block, your ball, and just hold onto your feet. And then while you're here, I want you to lift up one hip again. You don't need to move like the distance of your mat, but just lift up one side and the other side, making sure those seat bones are grounded onto the ground. And then inhale, looking up, exhale, fold it down. We're going to do this a few times, moving with the breath. Inhaling up, exhale, fold it down. Good. Just keep moving with the breath. Extend through the heels. Lengthen through the spine. All right, and 3 more deep breaths. We're just going to stay folded down. And the next time that you fold down, stay there in your forward fold. If you need to, you can shift those seat bones a little bit more, making sure you're grounded onto the ground. Extend through those heels. If it's hard for you to hold onto your feet, then you could use a strap or something to hold onto the top of your feet. Otherwise, just stay folded in, and each exhalation should take you a little bit deeper into that stretch, or just hold on to it. Feel free to wiggle the knees and reset those seat bones to get deeper. On your next exhalation, walk both of your hands over to your left foot. And I want you to hold your left foot with your right hand and then take your left hand over to the side. Start looking over to the left side and then back to the right. Inhale, look over to the left hand. Exhale, back to the right leg. Good. If you want, you can move that hand a little bit more to the left hand a little bit more, just at your own comfort level as you start getting deep into this. And just looking up just slightly when you come over to the left on the inhalation and exhale over to the right. Good, 3 more times. And the next time that you're over to the left, we're gonna stay over to the left side as far as we can. This hand is over to the side. Just stay to the left. And it's exhaling down. Inhaling up, over to the left. Stay to the left. Good, just straight down. Move with that breath. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Three more times. Good, and now just tiptoe yourself over to the left a little bit more, straighten up through your spine. So you're all the way nice and straight, but looking over to the left. Now your left knee, bend it. Bend your left knee. And then your right arm is going to just cross over that left knee, and we're just twisting as deep as you comfortably can, looking to the left behind you. Stretch even your eyeballs. 5 deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently unwind yourself. This left knee is going to stay bent, but it's just going to open up all the way to the side and just shift your body. So even the hip bones are going to move. And that right leg is out to the side as far as you comfortably can. Keep that left knee pointed to the side. And then just start reaching your right arm over to the right leg. And then back. Exhale over to the right, look up to the left, and back up. Tee those arms out, palms facing down. Reach and up. Good, stretch those arms out. Good, now if you want it, you can start adding your arm. That top arm. Good. Three more like this. And then we're gonna stay holding onto that foot. And the next time that you're over to that right side, stay there. You're gonna reach your left arm as far as you can over to the right. Stay here, we're gonna breathe 5 breaths here. And then we're gonna try to thread the right arm through. So try to start reaching that left arm over to your right leg. Good, and at your own comfort, see if you can touch your foot and place your right hand onto the ground to press. Good, breathe. Two more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, slowly come up. Now we're gonna bring the soles of our feet together. Soles of the feet touch. Interlace your fingers around your toes and then start wiggling all the way up by your heels until you come as far as you think you can go. And then just stay there with your seat bones grounded. Straighten up through the spine and butterfly those legs. Keep a nice straight spine. Good, keep breathing through it. 3 more deep breaths, and we're gonna bring those legs, hugging our elbows, and press it down. Good, now hug your elbows with your legs, and then use your elbows to press down. Good. Inhale, hug those elbows with your legs, and press down those legs, stretching out inner thigh stretch. Inhaling up, exhale down. When you exhale, really try to get all the air out, just like you're cleaning up. The first step to cleaning is to declutter. So the exhalation is decluttering your lung body, so that when you breathe in, you have more space for that new fresh air. Good, 3 more times. Good, last one, and then you're gonna just stay down. Press your elbows onto your legs to get really deep into the stretch. Three more deep breaths here. Keep pressing those legs down. Maybe notice one side is more tense than the other side. Try to even out as much as you comfortably can. All right, now we're gonna just stay folded down, but you're gonna look up over to the right and then center and over to the left and center, just whatever side you want to start with. Inhale over to one side, exhale to center. Inhale to the other side, exhale to the center. Remember what we were talking about with the breath. Focus on the exhalation, the inhalation will naturally come. And this is getting a little bit more into the side body. Good, 2 more each side. And bring it back to center, slowly round it up, vertebrae by vertebrae, till you come to the tall spine. Let your legs come back out in the front, and we're gonna pick back up a ring or a ball, or you can even use the block. And we're gonna go back into the pelvic floor walking. So come to the mat, and then just lift up one side, take it straight to the front, and your other side. Arms stay out nice and long. Squeeze your arms. And then make sure you go forward and back. Squeezing through the pelvic floor. Arms nice and long. The ring is here as a nice prop to counterbalance through your muscles. Remember, just go forward and back, however long your mat is. My mat is like 85 inches because I'm really tall. So it might be a little bit different for you whenever you're coming to the forward and to the back. Good. Lead through the heel too. Keep just a little bit of the leg stretch as well. Just 30 more seconds. Good. Now we're going to start trying to find the center of our mat. So wherever you're at, start finding that center. And when you're nice and grounded in the center, remove your ring. Start reaching towards your feet, wherever you can reach. If you can hold on to your legs, that's fine. If you can reach those feet, reach your feet, and go back into lifting just one side and the other side, but just so you have your seat bones grounded. Wiggle the knees, and then inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. Inhaling up. Exhale, bow down. With each exhalation, maybe get a little bit deeper if that feels good for you. Feel free to keep wiggling the knees and resetting through the seat bones as you move here. 5 more deep breaths and we're just gonna hug it in. And the next time that you're in your forward fold, stay here, maybe take a few more wiggles side to side, resetting the hips, wiggling your knees, and then just hold in and breathe. 5 deep breaths, extend through those heels. And then start walking both hands over to your right side. Over to that right side. I'm just gonna turn so I can see you guys. Over to that right side, make sure those hip bones are grounded. Stay here a few breaths, just breathing into your right side, focusing all of your stretch on the right side. All right, now the left hand holds onto the right side. Your right arm is gonna stretch out. We're exhaling down to the leg, inhaling up to the right. Exhale down to the leg like your nose is touching your knee. Inhale over to the right. And you can tiptoe that right arm a little bit farther back with each inhalation if you want, or just keep it where it is. All right, and 5 deep breaths. We're gonna stay to the right. Good. And the next time that you're over to the right, stay here, maybe tiptoe that right hand just a little bit more. We're staying over to the right, inhaling up, exhale down. We don't have a totally straight spine because I want the hands on the ground and on your foot to help with the stretch. Good, 5 more. Keep focusing on that exhalation. Good, one more time. And then just stay down. Tiptoe your hands out as far as comfortably possible for you. And 3 more deep breaths. Just staying low. You can get deeper with the exhalation if you want, or just breathe here. And on your next exhalation, take your left hand straight up right in front of you and then tiptoe those hands so you have a nice straight spine, but your torso is positioned over to the right side. Look behind you, right hand helps, and then bend your right knee. See if you can cross that left elbow over your right knee, look all the way to the right. 5 deep breaths. Remember, drink water after yoga, especially when we do all these twists, we're detoxing our internal organs. Just like when you wring out a sponge, we're wringing out our sponge right now, our internal organs, and we want to flush it with water after this. With each exhalation, get even deeper. It's hard for me to talk because I'm exhaling all my air. One more time. And then slowly unwind your body, your torso, back to the center, always keeping a straight spine. Let your knee, that right knee, open out to the side, and then all the way to the side. So if you need to, you can kind of just reset yourself. So we have right knee pointed out to the side this time. Tee your arms out with the palms facing down. Inhale, straight spine. Exhale, over to your left side. Inhale up, exhale to the left. Just whenever you're ready, you can add your arm into it. That top right arm. Really good. It feels so good, stretching all the way through your side body. Good. 5 more deep breaths. And then the next time that you're over toward this foot, stay there and maybe see if you can just hold, if you can't hold your foot with your right hand, hold your arm and just stay here and breathe over to the side, looking up. Good, and now we're gonna see if we can get a little bit deeper, maybe placing your left hand onto the ground, and then see if you can hold onto your right foot with your left, or no, your left hand with your right. Hold onto your foot with your opposite hand. Use your strap or your ring to help you if you need to. 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, gently unwind it slowly, nice and slow. Just cross your legs right in front of you and rock yourself into a tabletop position in the center of your mat. And we're gonna really try to work out from the spine, just starting to round into your cat, arc into your cow, and take a little shimmy side to side when you're in your cow. And then when you're in your cat, inhale through the cow with the arched spine, shimmy side to side, exhale into the cat, do a little shimmy side to side. So it's not just a forward, backward motion, it's also a side to side motion. Good. Work out any little kinks that you're feeling. Feel into your breath, into your body. where you might feel some resistance. Try to just move through it. Now, next time you come into your rounded spine, we're going to circle around here. Whatever direction you start going, just keep the circle. Remember to just move all the way through the spine body, drawing the belly in. And then just whenever you're ready, move your other direction, still in that rounded spine. Move through the hips, through the shoulders, through the breath. Good, and then start finding a center position. Now coming into your cow, arched spine, chin lifted, and then into a circle type motion with your cow. So moving through the hips, through the side body. Try to keep the tailbone lifted. Think about stretching through the abdominal muscles instead of through the back, through the abdominals. And then whenever you're ready, just go your other way. Good, and come back to center. Stay in your cow with the arched spine. Look behind your right shoulder and then your left shoulder. Letting your shoulders and your hips almost touch each other. Stretching out through the side abdominal muscles. Good, keep breathing through it. 2 more each side. And then find a neutral spine. Curl your toes. Press back into your downward facing dog. And walk your dog. Chin into the chest. Nice straight back. Open up through the shoulders. Widen those fingers. Stretch out the arms, the back. Good. Take your time. Move as slow as comfortable. If that feels good for you, or you can go faster to dynamically warm it up. But then try to start slowing it down to really stretch and breathe through those muscles. Good. And now walk your feet out a little bit wider than your mat. So that, a little bit wider than your hips, I should say. And then so that your feet can be flat onto the ground. Start walking your hands so that they're under your shoulders. We're staying in this, it's like a straddle stretch. And then walk over to your right side. And then your left side. Keep alternating. Right side, left side. Whenever you feel like exhaling, exhale to the center. Inhale to the side. Try to feel a little inner thigh stretch while you're here too. So those hips should be moving as your arms move. Little hip movement here, hip inner thigh. And your hands are just kind of tiptoeing. Most of your weight is on your heels into your feet. Try to disperse the weight through both sides of your feet. Good, just about 2 more each side. And bring it back to center. This time I want your hands flat on the ground. Start bending your knees. Hands flat on the ground. Bend those knees. Take an inner thigh stretch here. Start shifting your weight towards your arms and then back towards your feet. Towards your arms and then towards your feet. So that weight's gonna start leaning onto your arms and then back onto your heels. And this is a really good time to make sure that those hips are nice and open and your feet should be flat onto the ground when you shift back. Good, 3 more. Okay, now we're gonna stay with all of the weight onto our feet and just little shifts side to side. Your hands can still support you, but it's mostly the weight onto your feet. And when you shift one way, lift up the heel, and the other way, lift up the heel, whatever side you're on. Good. If you need to, you can put a block under you. And come back to center. Bring the palms of your hands together. See if you can just balance on those feet. 5 deep breaths. Use your arms to press open your legs. Good, 1 more deep breath. On the exhalation, both hands under your shoulders, we're gonna take a crow pose. So now all of the weight is on your hands. See if you can lift up your feet. Lift up one side and then the other side. 5 deep breaths. And on your exhalation, place your feet back onto the ground and make sure those feet are nice and wide. Palms back to your heart center, and we're gonna lift up. Push into your heels, lift all the way up. And back down. Low as you can. Press your elbows into the legs and right back up. Adjust your stance as you need to. If you need to widen your feet just a little bit, you can do that. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Remember to widen your feet if you need to. Go a little bit wider. Good. 5 more times. And then we're going to come into our goddess pose. Pushing into those heels. All right, and then the next time that you're starting to go down, don't go down all the way. Just go halfway, widen those feet just a little bit more. And start shifting side to side. Palms stay in heart center. Breathe. See if you can lift up the heel on the side that you're shifting to. 3 more deep breaths, and then we're gonna stay in the center and take some arm circles. Good, and come back to center. Push those heels and all of the corners of your feet into the ground. Stay low, tuck in that tailbone. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Breathe, exhale, round to heart. Sit low. Inhale up. Exhale into heart. Stretch those arms. Stretch even your fingers. Good, 3 more times. Bring it back to heart center. Tuck in that tailbone. Look over to the right side. We're still in this goddess pose. Stay to the right. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale to heart. Stay looking to the right. Inhale up. Exhale heart. 3 more times. And next time, palms are to heart. Switch over to the left side. Look to the left. We're staying seated in that goddess pose. Arm circles. Inhale up. Exhale heart. 3 more times. And bring it back to center. Straighten up your legs. Toes point forward. Shift back down. Hands onto the ground. And then just little knee bends, side to side. Your knees and your toes point forward. Stretch out those inner thighs. Keep pushing all of the weight into your heels. Seat bones plug back. Good. One more each side. And find your center. Walk your hands out in front of you until you feel like your heels are going to lift off the ground. Right when you feel like those heels are going to lift, press all of your weight back. Tuck your chin into your chest, just like you're doing a really wide leg downward facing dog. If you want, you could walk your dog here, or you could lift up both heels and lower down, or just breathe into it. Five more deep breaths, and we're gonna take a frog pose. So the frog pose, you wanna make sure that your knees are protected. And on your exhalation, stay with the legs wide, start lowering your knees to the ground, and you might need to reposition yourself so that you have your knees protected onto your mat, or you could put a towel or something, and then just start widening your knees as much as comfortably possible for you. Start with on your forearms. And just breathe here, first 5 breaths. We're just breathing, focusing on inner thighs, relaxing into it. And at your own comfort, you can stretch and open up even more. Okay, now you can, if you're comfortable, you can stay here. If you want to try to get a little bit deeper, you could walk your arms out. You could open up a little bit more. And then walk your hands just a little bit more forward if you can. 5 deep breaths, and we're gonna go a little bit back. So it's 10 deep breaths total. And now try to shift your weight just a little bit back. Just a little bit more to the back. 5 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, place those hands under your shoulders and just start bringing your knees back under your hip bones. Curl your toes, and we're going to take one more downward facing dog. This is the last down dog of the day. You could walk it out or you could just hold it, whatever feels good. 10 deep breaths here. If at any time you need to, you can move back into your cat-cow. Take any stretches through your knee that you need. And on your next exhalation, lower your knees down to the ground, cross your legs behind you, and then rock yourself so that those legs can come out in front. Come to the center of your mat, and we're gonna balance, holding onto our feet. You can take your peace sign fingers around your big toe, or you can just hold on to your legs or your ankles and balance. Make sure that you have space behind you because we're gonna hold this for 5 breaths and then we're gonna rock back. Good. On your exhalation, put a little bend in your knees and rock it back into a happy baby. You keep your knees bent, or you could stretch your legs, whatever feels good for you. You hold on to the big toe or just your ankles or your feet. 5 more deep breaths here. And then we're gonna prep into our Savasana. Good, and on your next exhalation, bend your knees into your chest. Make yourself into a tight little ball. Squeeze yourself into this tight little ball, giving yourself a nice big hug, and then start squeezing your feet and your head. Squeeze 5. Keep squeezing 4, squeeze even more, 3, 2, 1, and release out into your Savasana. Take a big deep breath in and sigh it out. Make any more adjustments that you need, making your spine long on your mat, hips, shoulders grounded, your arms nice and long with the palms just opening up, the feet falling to the side. Just relax and breathe. Imagine that you're sitting next to a river. You're just watching the river flow as you sit and observe. And begin making small little movements, wiggling fingers, toes, moving your head side to side, blinking your eyes, just bringing the space to the awareness around you. Bring your awareness to the space around you. And take a big deep breath in. And exhalation brings your knees into your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. And rock yourself into a comfortable seated position. Whatever that is for you. Inhaling, reaching those arms up, stretch even your fingers. Exhale into your heart center. We're gonna go 2 more times up and around. Inhale, reach it up. Stretch even those fingers. Palms touch, exhale into your heart. 1 more time, up and around, reach. And bring it into your heart center. Thumbs to your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you, guys.